Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with another episode. carrideswithsla. And yeah, today hasn't really been too fun of a morning. I woke up later than I thought, so we haven't really figured that out. And it's another weekend that... What? Oh. Oh my gosh. I wonder if I should drive with it or not. Probably not. I will... Hold on, guys. I might not drive. Alright. Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with what is hopefully going to be the shortest episode of walkswithsla ever, but it's obviously fairly likely that, that things could happen again where there is a similarly short walkswithsla. This morning, and if you remember, last Friday in the morning, it had flashed on my car. Flashed up for a split second. I couldn't read what it said, but it said this thing like a critical error has occurred. Please stop the vehicle. But it only flashed for a second. So I wasn't really too concerned or anything. I mean, I actually was. I think in that car ride with Schla, it is obvious that I am. Like, I'm pretty concerned, and I'm making that evident in that episode. But it flashed so quick, like I didn't know what to really make of that. So I did drive the car on the weekend, and nothing happened. Nothing was out of the ordinary. Drove it quite a bit on the highway, one of the days, I think on Saturday. So the day after that. And now this morning, the error popped up, but it stayed. And it told me that it was that the brake fluid was low. So now I am carpooling to get to work in the meantime, because my car is going to go in for an oil change pretty soon anyways. And so yeah, there will not be any car rides with Schla for today, tomorrow, or the day after. And at first I was kind of concerned, because I'm thinking in my head, wow, like that's not good. I have to keep up with my output and stuff. I don't want to just have like nothing recorded. And then I remembered how walkswithsla, now I'm making, too much content anyways. So the fact that there's going to be some missing carrideswithslas, it's going to be 6 total missing, because obviously today, Monday, then tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday usually would have had 2 each day, but it's only going to be, it's going to be 0 instead of 2 each day. So that's 6 lost carrideswithslas. So just wanted to explain that. I will probably attach the few minutes I did record, probably attach it to whenever the next carrideswithsla would be, which, if all goes according to plan, then that would be Thursday morning. So hopefully all is good and all is according to plan. And Thursday morning I can attach on to either the end or the beginning. Probably just attaching onto the end makes more sense. I mean, I guess I could upload it as its own thing. It just seems kind of like cheesy to do that, because it's not really its own episode. I'm actually not really sure, because I didn't consider that. I guess I could just post it as its own thing, but that just seems kind of silly. I don't know, it's only a few minutes long of me just kind of randomly saying words. So I probably will just attach it either to the beginning or the end. And also, when I first thought of that idea, I just thought of it as a quick thing. I didn't think about that idea that I could technically upload it as its own or just attach it to the end. Sorry, I'm getting a call, so hold the phone. Alright, sorry. Again, I had called my mechanic to report about the brake fluid issue, and yeah, so he had just called me back, and that was the whole, I don't know. Just to confirm that he'll be able to look at it. And so, luckily this Whisper recorder has a pause feature. I'm still not certain, because I did spend $5 on this app, but it is a pretty simple app. It's not very technical, and it's possible I could have a better voice recorder, honestly. But I like this one a lot. I do, but it might make sense for me to get a different recorder, and then in the chance that I wanted it to be transcribed, just import it into this one. That's kind of how I feel about it. I don't know if this is really the best as a standalone, but we will see. We'll see how it goes. The system I have right now, it works okay. It works good enough where I record it in here and then I export it into Voice Record Pro, so that then I can go from there. Another thing, so see, all this stuff about the car and reporting on that is occupying a very large duration of the episode, which, speaking of which, we only have about 8 minutes left, so it's definitely a frustrating thing to experience. But the other thing to report, pretty major, pretty big, is I got the microphone, and I'm not really too happy with it. It's very large with the fur cover on here. It's incredibly large, and I don't know. I just don't know if it's worth it. Because it's very large, and when I listened to the recording in my room, I really couldn't even figure out if it sounded better or not than the one built into the 16 Pro that I have, the 16 Pro Max. Luckily, it's still a little bit windy today, so I'm assuming wind rejection would be the primary thing that it would excel at, because I can put the wind cover on it. But I have a feeling, I haven't looked into it, but I have a feeling they probably make some kind of tiny windshield for the 16 Pro Max, and it might be good enough just to have some little thing at the end of the phone, and it's going to be a lot easier. So I just don't really see the point of this if the quality's not really that great. It is quite obnoxious. And again, I thought it was going to be a more directional mic, so it would be better at rejecting background noise. But again, those test recordings in my room didn't really sound too spectacular. So, and I also am not a huge fan of people, now, I mean, it looked weird enough before holding the phone up to my face or whatever, but now it looks even weirder because I have this big ball of fur at the end of my phone. So people would definitely know what I'm doing. I think they definitely would know I'm recording. And then in addition to that, some people may even get suspicious. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm not super impressed with this microphone. Again, it's incredibly large, and in addition to, even if I didn't have the fur on it, it's pretty large, and putting this giant fur on it on top of it is pretty terrible. So not too thrilled. I'm not really too thrilled, and yeah, it's just, I was really hoping for more impressive, directional background noise rejection and stuff like that, but I have a feeling, and I kind of had a hunch about this in the first place, since the 16 Pro has those quad mics, it can probably do a lot of good work to kind of self-do that anyway, especially since it's a fully integrated system. It's not something I'm just plugging into the phone. Something I just thought of now, though, is I might be able to get the app for the thing, and I might be able to lower the gain or something like that, because it also seems like pretty loud, because it's not really supposed to be used right up against the mouth. But I just thought of that now. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but I think we will end up doing that, because I think if I lower the gain and can have it in closer proximity to my face, that's really where it's going to excel, or like how it's going to excel. So there could be some potential yet, but you have to remember, it is quite large, it's quite chunky, and it's a very big ball of fur. So compared to the iPhone 16 Pro, which still had a pretty good microphone, it like, that was so easy, because it was just, you don't have to like plug anything in, unplug anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just all contained in the phone, which is a huge difference between, having to plug the thing in and all that. It's a huge difference. I guess I'm just glad that we're hitting 10 minutes at least with the carrideswithsla. I think I can live with that, but the next one will be an appropriate length. I don't even think I explained. It's because I used my brake, the beginning section of my brake. I was still walking, but I called my mechanic, so that's why it was. I never even said why it was short. Yeah, I'm pretty sorry, but I don't really think I've been myself recently, and to top it all off with all this car change, it's difficult. It's a difficult thing to figure out. And so I guess to talk, I don't have too much to say because I haven't been, like, my whole routine's thrown off. So usually I don't think about the surface level, what's right in front of me, and I have a lot of these concepts to talk about. But today it's like we're being brought down to the earthly realm in terms of what I'm able to talk about, because that's where my focus is right now, is like car limitation and all this stuff. So it is what it is, but I'm optimistic that this recording will turn out okay. I do appreciate using the iPhone 13 mini as a recording apparatus. I'm not really sure if it's fully lighter or not. I'm not really sure, because this mic probably adds a good amount of weight, but it's still probably easier to hold just because of how much smaller it is, and the 16 Pro Max is a lot larger. Doesn't really make a lot of sense for my intended purpose, and I think I said from the start I regretted getting the 16 Pro Max, and I would have much rather had the 16 Pro, especially as a recording peripheral. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for not figuring that, because it's genuinely something I would have and could have considered, and now it's just like, I don't know. I just got the big screen because I guess I just did it, but it's not really usually what you do. I don't know. I just was used to the big screen because I had the 14 Plus, and I was thinking about it as my phone, but in retrospect, I really regret it. I wish I would have just got the 16 Pro, because then I would have a super handy video and mic recorder, because it's got those really good studio upgraded mics. And so, yeah, it's a shame. I wish I could swap it or something. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's nice to have the big screen, but I'm saying as a recording peripheral, it's just not. It's not ideal. It's not optimal. But this mini, plus the booster mic that it's got, we'll see how this recording turns out. Again, sadly, I'm not too optimistic, but I have a feeling if I lower the gain a lot, that could help, because it might just be too loud, and there could be, I don't know if there will be, but there could be an app for the mic that lets me lower the gain or something like that. So we'll see, and we'll hope that things turn out pretty well. As far as that is all concerned, the first recording with the mic, and we'll see if we even bother to use it. Anyways, it has been schla, but now it's time to buy schla. So, see ya schla.